Dala, dala, dala. Welcome back to my channel. As you may have noticed, on this channel I don't really address or speak about political affairs and what is going on social media or TV or whatever you. I usually use content, series, movies, etc. to illustrate some principles or to discuss certain subjects and provide the view of the tradition, or how you can see and use these things to your own benefit. I received recently several questions or have several discussions about things that are happening on social media, and to contribute to these discussions without taking part, because I do believe that a lot of it stems from division. But there is a lesson to be seen and to be taken in consideration, and this is what I would like to offer to this discussion. I want to say that what is going on on social media with Facebook and WhatsApp in particular is just a smaller thing of a bigger, larger reminder. And the message is very simple, beloved. The message is that you have the choice. It is your choice. So when someone is asking you, should you leave WhatsApp, should you leave the internet and all of that, the answer is always, it is your choice to do as you please. So there are considerations that you need to take and view. Many will tell you that no matter where you go on the internet, your information is being used and you can't escape it. Granted, fine. I think most of you are aware that whether it is Facebook, Google, or any of those social media or technology companies are doing the same thing. So being on the internet isn't about trying to escape and fully control your data or guarantee it. But I think it is more about who you want to allow to do so, who you will prefer, what kind of experience you will want to have on the internet. And I think it's important when you make your assessment that you speak to other regular people, because, and I have to say it myself because I've seen a lot of people who have online businesses, and I do have an online business, but I think there is a lack of honesty from many people who have online businesses that are telling you to stay on WhatsApp simply because they want to use this additional service that Facebook is going to provide by bombarding publicity and ads into WhatsApp. So they have a business opportunity at stake, and that's why they will never tell their client to leave a social media that enables them to reach them. But for me, from my perspective, because my business is not based on a model of accumulation or a model of growth or exponential growth, it is based on who needs it and when they need it. And so from that perspective, I am telling you that the choice is yours. The type of experience that you want to have online is yours. It's the same reason why people left MySpace and went to Facebook at the first place. They were looking for a different kind of experience. And when Facebook started changing, many people left Facebook and decided to go somewhere else to have a different type of experience. This is the same reason people stopped watching TV and started looking at YouTube, looking for people who were not reading scripts but were offering a little more authenticity, were speaking on subject that the old media was not offering or talking about. And hence, millions came to YouTube and to other platforms where we were able to engage on the subject that mattered to us, on the things that matter to us, not the things that are being said that should matter. So it was a matter of choice as well. I remember the first days of WhatsApp when WhatsApp offered what Skype was already doing, which was an opportunity to be able to call home. For those of who are in the diaspora, or when you're traveling abroad, you had the opportunity to not have to use a phone card and to call home straight from your phone without having to be very expensive. And WhatsApp became this break grounds with that technology. And the experience of WhatsApp was also the one that we've cherished, and this is why millions of users went to WhatsApp, for the experience that he provided in addition to that particular service. But beloved, if there are things that you want, the experience that you want to have online is your own responsibility. So if you want to flock to the next app, it is completely your choice. Because no matter where those companies are, you know that if you want to find them, you will be able to find them on the internet. And you know that those companies, the only thing that they will always do is chase the customer. So if tomorrow you go to another application, they will follow you there. That's how it works, because they follow the consumer. If you don't want to consume from a sort of specific place anymore, then that will also send a message to that place, that place may have become obsolete. A lot of people do not or stop using Facebook because of the constant ads. And they rather turn to Instagram. And I'm talking about regular folks. I'm not talking about business people. A lot of business people jumped into all of those apps to provide opportunities for their businesses. And I understand that. I'm not shaming them on that or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'm speaking to you as an individual who maybe you went to Facebook to be able to speak with your family. Maybe you use it to follow people that have the same interests as you do. Maybe some of you even go to Facebook to use the marketplace and be able to sell knickknacks or buy things and look for things that you want to purchase. And maybe that's the experience that you want to have it on Instagram and other social applications, and that's fine. But what is being reminded of you is that you define what your experience ought to be. And if something doesn't suit you any longer, it may be time for you to look at what are the opportunities and the alternatives that are out there. The same way people came to Facebook, people are leaving Facebook. And the longevity of those applications is always based on the experience that they provide. If it's not an experience that can adapt with time, that can adapt with the needs of the customer, the wants of the customer, then that too will see his climax, and then we'll see his regression. So in all of those fuzz with the alternative and what is going on, and the New York Times posting and speaking about it, urging you to stay, or like trying to explain to you what is going on, just remember, beloved, that the choice is yours. No one can force you to stay, but no one can force you to leave either. You decide. Some of you may want to decide to wait out and see what happens when those terms and conditions are already put in place, how much ads is going to be shuffled towards you. Others may just choose not to wait until that point and to start already viewing what are the alternatives, to start fresh, maybe in an app that has less people, that's not monetized yet. And for alternative, there are many, many alternatives out there. And I think it's a great opportunity also to create a new user experience that is based more on what you are looking for, on the things that actually drive you and the thing that you're interested in. Once upon a time, I remember when I was in college in the United States, there was a website called Black Planet. Some of you may remember, and please, if you do, leave it in the comment section. I was in college at the time, and Black Planet was the place to be for everyone that was black, and I guess in North America at the time. And the versatility of that space, aside from being able to communicate with other black people in different cities, there were subject, there were room, there were, the variety of things. I think that was, for at least a good period until I graduated, Black Planet was the place to go. honestly, I remember stopping to use it after I graduated because I was no longer a college student. I didn't have as many time to spend on that app. Smartphones, I think smartphone didn't have all those applications at that time either when I graduated back in the early 2000s. But for me, slowly, and by the time I started remembering of that and saying, hey, what happened to Black Planet? I went back and I wasn't able to, everybody was gone already. It wasn't functional anymore. And I think it's a testament of time that sometimes there are things that we need and that we want, that we experiment with, and the opportunity comes and goes. Could Black Planet could have been a lot more? Yes, I think it would have been a great social media for Black people to connect and share and grow. I think maybe not enough Black college students were involved or cared about it, or the newer students didn't know about. I don't know. What I do know is that the time that I had on Black Planet was a wonderful time. I mean, I had a lot of friends friends from my own university that were on the website, but also Black people from all over the country. And I would love to see if this whole discussion about social media and the experience that you want to have, because this is really what it is all about. It isn't about what the companies wants to do or are doing with your data. It's about you and the type of experience that you want to have online, the apps that you want to be on, and what you're doing on it. The same thing for a few years back. It was about Snapchat, going there or not going there. Then it became about TikTok, about going there or not going there, what's going on that. The bottom line is always, what is the experience that you're looking for? There may be apps and websites that you will never go to simply because they do not reflect anything that is that supports your interest or what you want. Okay, I hope this was useful for those of you who were thinking and discussing about this. Just remember one thing: the choice is always yours.